Episode 5 gave us way more insight into Jax, and it really got me thinking about what kind of person he'll be in Episode 6, which is supposed to fully explore his character. Will his mental state get worse because new details about his best friend might come to light? Or could his possible return actually help stabilize Jax mentally? Cause as we've seen in previous episodes, Jax is clearly a bipolar dude hiding some serious mental issues behind that whole cool guy act. We're not going to talk about what exactly will happen to him. Instead, we're diving deep into his head to figure out what we should expect from him in Episode 6. And to fully understand that, we gotta look back at Episode 5 since that one holds a ton of answers. At the beginning, he acts like the same old Jax we know, but then stargazing hits, and suddenly everything starts to shift. That moment changes almost everything, because we get a glimpse of the possibility that maybe, just maybe, Jax isn't as heartless as we've always seen him.
Do you think Gangle is actually capable of being happy?
What?
I don't know, like her comedy mask still breaks every day. Does she think hanging out with Zubul is gonna magically fix that?
Maybe she just doesn't want to hang out with someone who's mean to her all the time.
She likes when I'm mean to her, though.
I didn't think you cared about what other people like.
No, yeah, you're right, I don't.
On one hand, it's easy to say that Jax is actually a good guy, that all the aggression, the teasing, the sharp jokes dripping with sarcasm are just a defense mechanism. I mean, we do see him genuinely worried about Gangle, and because of that, a lot of people probably thought Jax is actually a softie deep down. But when I watched it for the first time, something about that scene immediately felt off, and then the next bit of dialogue came in and completely exposed the truth.
Do you have any actual friends?
Not anymore. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about that. That wasn't meant to be.
Now we realize that Jax once had a best friend, maybe even his only real friend, and later, we actually got to see who that was. It's pretty clear now that this character eventually became what we know as Kaufmo, and suddenly, Jax's reaction during Kaufmo's funeral makes a whole lot more sense. He doesn't want to feel those same emotions again, the pain he went through after losing someone that close. But listen to what he says next.
What was that about?
It's nothing. Who cares? Doesn't she get on your nerves sometimes?
I mean, she's nice to everyone.
I don't know. I think she tries way too hard. Like, we're stuck in... Why are you always pretending everything's always fine? Like, if you tell someone they're loved and appreciated every day, it just kind of loses all meaning. It just feels like she's trying to take advantage of you, you know? Also, she's dumb and she looks weird.
I think we all look weird.
Excuse you.
And at that moment, it really hits you. Jax is actually a pretty sane guy who sees the whole situation in the digital circus for what it is. And if his words don't seem to match up with his actions at first, just keep watching this video, it'll all start to make sense. What honestly caught me off guard was what he said about Ragatha and how Pomni reacted to it. Jax isn't putting on a mask or trying to manipulate anyone. He's just being 100% himself. Whatever he does, it's real. No lies, no fake kindness, just raw, unfiltered Jax. Meanwhile, Ragatha, who we all thought was Pomni's best friend this whole time, kind of takes a hit in our eyes after what Jax says. At this point, the viewer's left in a super weird headspace, because on one hand, we're watching Jax completely outdo himself in terms of being worse than ever before, like he's leveled up in cruelty compared to past episodes. But on the other hand, we're seeing a character who actually seems grounded, maybe even the only one who really understands what's going on around them. Then we're dropped into the bar. Yeah, the same one that was hyped up in the teaser with all that mafia energy, though barely any of that made it into the final version. But honestly, it doesn't even matter, cause just a few seconds after that deep emotional moment, boom, we're back to classic Jax.
Give me a whiskey sour, but hold the egg white, since I'm a vegan. What? I hate this! How is this even possible? I thought Kane couldn't...
I could have made it way worse for you.
Well, I'm calling a vote to turn Zubul into a slug.
Everyone voted against that.
Oh, hate it.
And at first it seems like nothing major happened. But then Jax remembers his, let's say, true purpose. And that's when we hear this conversation.
I like making drinks.
That sounds fitting for you.
I know there's an implication there, but I can't be f***ed to figure it out.
So, Pomni, you ever have any jobs? Or are you too young for that?
I'm 25 years old.
And then comes that story.
Thought you'd never ask. Well, after my lung cancer diagnosis, me and my junkie associate from a chemistry class I used to teach
Yeah, I
started-
figured. How about you, Gangle?
Hey, I wasn't done.
Followed by a healthy dose of Jax's classic sarcasm.
A bartender and a tattoo artist? You're killing me here, Zuby.
What do you mean when you say that? Do you have, like, an actual point, or are you just talking?
I'm just having fun. I forgot you hate.
So what do you think right now? Jax seems to be acting pretty normal, but there's still something off. Not quite how things should have been after that conversation. But to me, the next short bit of dialogue totally flips the whole storyline and the meaning of episode 5 in this video upside down.
Sorry about the whole president thing. I just thought it'd be funny.
Are you apologizing? What's happening?
Just ignore him.
Apology accepted, I guess.
Wow, the first steps of a budding friendship. Right, Ragatha?
It's during this conversation that we realize Jax has developed some sort of interest in Pomni, and I'm talking strictly friendship here, just to clear that up. And again, we see how Ragatha reacts to this, but that's a whole other topic for another video. To me though, the softball scene really showed us Jax in full color. First off, it's obvious how much he despises his evil version, which, ironically, is basically his good version. There are theories that this evil Jax is actually the real one. And that makes sense, but I'll dive into that tomorrow. For now, let's get back to the softball game, because that's where we truly saw the real Jax. You can fake friendship or loyalty, but genuine anger? That's impossible to fake no matter how much you try.
What the heck? Who did this? You!
Jax, you're up to bat.
I can't, don't wanna, I quite look like this though!
Seems fitting for you, though. I figured you'd be into this.
What does that mean? What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just having fun. I forgot you hate fun.
I don't wanna wear this!
I have never seen you this upset about something.
Jax, bat!
I'm gonna kill you when this is over.
Honestly, this scene proved to me that no matter what, Jax is still that same guy from the first episodes. Sure, we see him a bit differently now, but deep down, the real personality controlling him right now is exactly that. You could say Jax has gotten worse, but not quite in the way you might think. One more thing that backs this up is one of the final scenes from this adventure.
Oh look, Gangle's up to bat. How do you think this is gonna go?
Would you stop trying to force her to act like you?
Oh yeah, I should force her to be happy all the time instead, right?
Well, it's better than turning her into some insensitive jerk who deflects everything.
Okay, let's, calm down a bit.
What? You're the one who said it's fine to be a jerk sometimes! Ugh. I'm sorry, Pomni.
No apologies for me? This is so sad. Huh? Oh cool, I'm not a vegan anymore.
Oh, hey!
Wait, what are you?
Honestly, I still don't fully get what's up with Jax's behavior. It kinda looked like he was straight up rabid or something, but whatever. At the very end, we got this unexpectedly wholesome scene that really made it feel like Jax and Pomni actually did become friends. Even though episode 5 showed us a lot of contradictions in Jax's behavior, I'm more than sure that final scene gives us hope that Jax might finally find some kind of inner peace, because it's pretty clear he found comfort and calmness in Pomni, who apparently reminds him a lot of Ribbit. And I feel like no matter what happens in episode 6, Jax will finally be able to drop the mask and just be his real self, which will make watching both him and the digital circus even more interesting. But it's important to point out this ain't gonna happen at the start or even the middle of the episode. Most likely after Jax and Pomni leave together somewhere, they'll have a genuine conversation where not only Pomni, but all fans of the circus will finally learn what Jax has really been hiding and what exactly happened with Ribbit that changed him so much. As always, I'm waiting to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to find out what's gonna happen to Jax in episode 6, I already got a whole video on that. See you real soon in the next ones.